Hi, my name is Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to just bring up a subject which the ICE people and the EV people seem to be fighting about, which cars set fire the most. There's one in particular, a chap, I'm sure you know, I get kind of trolled by quite a few EV lovers. Even though I have nothing against EVs, I just like to put the record straight, or try to put the record straight. And one of them is a chap called Essex EVers, who's been making a nuisance of himself over the months. Posted something the other day. There's a reason they're called combustion engines. Electric drivers are having to suffer the varied congestion consequences of combustion vehicles on our roads on a daily basis. And he's posted a video which has been put up by Kent999s. It's a particularly nasty crash. A Tesco lorry appearing to miss the turnoff and hitting the central reservation or the barrier and bursting into flames. Now I'm looking at it and it really is horrific. It's a nasty kind of fire. The driver apparently got out okay. I can't quite see how he did it, to be honest. It's at night and it's caught on a dash camera. All this has happened since there was a few fires on ferries and things like that, and one side's been chucking it against the other and back again, and the Luton fire was first of all it was an EV, then it was a diesel, and then it was a hybrid. So just exactly what it was, who knows? I'm assuming it was a diesel. But this one, as I say, is particularly nasty. And this chap, every time I post a video, he's saying something and chipping in all the time. He's a real flipping nuisance. So I answered him back. It's a good job our fire engines are combustion engines. Otherwise, they may not have been able to go out and put that fire out, which happened after the lorry crashed and not while it was stationary charging. Now, the reason I said that is there was a story in the news. Well, there's been a couple of stories. First of all, International Fire and Safety Journal, December the 27th, 2022. Berlin Fire Department orders more electric vehicles from Rosenbauer. And again, you would think that's probably a good thing. I'm not sure how many miles fire engines do, whether it will now be an electric generator or not, but me personally, I can't see a massive saving by having an electric fire engine. I might be wrong, but anyway, then I noticed the other day, headlines, this is October the 17th, 2024, a blaze burns down a brand new fire station in Germany that lacked fire alarms. So they didn't have any fire alarms. The fire broke out on an emergency vehicle belonging to the fire department, which contained lithium-ion batteries and an external power connection, which leads me to believe one of the battery electric fire engines or one of their battery electric vehicles, it had caught fire in the fire station. Put the damage, German news agency DPA reported, initial estimates put the damage at between 20 million and 24 million euros. No one was injured, thankfully. Anyway, Mr. Essex EVer, he's not replied to that. Just leads me to wonder. I do have nothing against EVs, but I also know that you can put, if a petrol or diesel, it's very difficult to get diesel to catch fire, to be honest. Diesel combusts, is it 20-to-1 compression? So you can force diesel to ignite by compressing it. But actually trying to light it, if you've got an accelerant, then you can light diesel. If you've got some petrol and you put it with diesel and you light the petrol, the diesel will catch fire, but it's quite difficult. Even if you chuck a fag in diesel, supposedly it won't ignite. So diesel's very safe. Petrol, of course, petrol vapor will explode. And there's been some nasty incidents there. One in particular, when I was younger, an exhaust on a car, and you might say, oh, well, that's a fire hazard. An exhaust on a car, if you're replacing a section of the exhaust, usually they've rusted, and you can't for the life of you get them off. Or if you do, you're trying to twist it, you damage the front box or the back box or wherever it is in the system. What the mechanics used to do is get the oxyacetylene torch, and it was this simple. This is how accidents happen. So the mechanic was heating the pipe up. Once it expands, it breaks the rust in the middle, and then with a big set of pipe grips, you can twist it and get the exhaust off. But you've got to heat it up to virtually red hot. Now, as he was doing that, somebody asked him if he wanted a cup of tea. Simple as that. Do you want a cup of tea? He turned around like so to say, oh yes please, 4 sugars or whatever it is mechanics have. And as he did, the acetylene torch went through a plastic petrol pipe, cut through the pipe, the petrol's coming out, and set fire to it at the same time. We're in the workshop, car's on the ramp, mechanics underneath. Fortunately, he had the presence of mind to grab an extinguisher and managed to put it out. Now the good thing was, because of the pressure, there was obviously plenty of fuel in the fuel tank, and the pressure was forcing the fuel out, and the fuel couldn't get back up the pipe. If it had been vapor, it boom, gone up straight away, but couldn't get back up the pipe. So I managed to put it out. I was coming back from Speke Airport once, just got on the motorway. There's a car, smoke starting to pour out the engine. The person had got out of the vehicle. All I had was one of those car fire extinguishers, and I put it out. I managed to put it out. Now I've got another story which is a longer story, and I'll probably do a video on that. But that was a scary time with a petrol car, and but we managed to put it out. Now I know very well that I wouldn't, if an electric car set on fire, I wouldn't be able to put it out. It would have to be the fire brigade. You just can't put it out. It's full stop. So, would I park an electric vehicle in the garage at my house charging? And I think the answer to that is probably no. I really don't think I'd put an electric vehicle in the garage. Whereas over the years I've put so many petrol and diesels in the garage, I mean, perhaps they don't set fire, but what if they do? As I say, you've got internal combustion cars and you've got spontaneous combustion electric vehicles. I'll leave you with that thought. Thank you.